Did you know that you could set your child up with $200,000 before the age of 18? So, in this video, I'm going to break down how you can set your family apart from everyone else. So, make sure to stick around till the end to find out how. I'm really enjoying making content more towards financial topics, so I'm just going to keep rolling with this. I'm having fun with it, and I just wanted to plug my calls that I have coming up. And if anyone is interested in consulting calls about anything like career investing and just overall life in general. Right now, I'm going through my 20s, battling it out, and I just want to give some people my advice on life. So if you're interested in that, go down the link in the description. But in this video, I want to talk about just investing in IRAs. Roth versus traditional. What is that? Roth is pretty much just you get taxed on the money you contribute, and then when you retire, you do not have to get taxed on that later. But traditional is the complete opposite. You can write it off on your taxes, but you're going to be taxed on it once you draw out during retirement age. And I think this could be a whole nother separate video on which one to choose, like a Roth versus traditional. But I know I'm going to go over just some basic information because I mean, a lot of people do not know this stuff. You can withdraw out of your Roth IRA at 59.5, and then if you do it early, it is 10% extra, and this can kill your gains. So do not withdraw from your Roth IRA or your IRA in general. But the cool thing is that you can actually draw money that you contribute. So say if I contribute $7,000, but I make another $7,000 off that, I can still withdraw $7,000 without taking a penalty. Now, do I recommend this? Absolutely not. You need to let that money sit in there and grow. So do not touch that money once you put it in there. The maximum contribution you can give in an RA is $7,000. And I'm going to leave links with all this information, but this is a chance for us to leverage things for our kids because anyone can contribute to a Roth IRA. So let's take advantage of that. So anyone can contribute, including teenagers, babies, a newborn baby can contribute to a Roth IRA. And the thing is, though, they have to have like income, taxable income through a W-2 form, which is just a tax form for those of you that don't know. But the thing is that you can't just gift money to your kid. You can't pay them $1,000 for mowing the lawn. It has to be taxable income from a W-2. So a parent can actually contribute to the teen's earnings. And like I said, I know you can't just give them $1,000 for mowing their lawn. But say a teen earns $3,000, you can contribute $3K to their Roth IRA, but it has to be the amount that they make. So they actually have to make that money. And I was just thinking, say you own your own business, you can actually put your child down as an employee and invest money like within their name. Like I'm not sure if this would have legal trouble, but say they're working, quote unquote, say they're working, they're taking out the trash, whatever, you pay them an hourly rate. They're clocking in a bunch of hours, enough to max out, this IRA. And this really could, change their life. This could pay for their college. This could do a lot for them. But so yeah, if you have a business, you can make one of your child your employee and then put money in their Roth IRA and max it out, and they'd have great earnings when they're older. So this was something that I found out that was pretty crazy. And I told my parents about this, and they had no clue that you could actually do this, that someone like under the age of 18 or like even a baby could have a retirement account like this. And yeah, so they have a business, and this was like, I was like, damn, I wish you guys would have knew this. It would have been a great opportunity for me to really have some great earnings. So this is information that I wanted to pass along to you guys. So now so let's get into some numbers. How much can they actually get, and how much would this take? So I did some math with this compound calculator, and initial investment of $0, but an annual contribution of 4K and no monthly contribution, or just annually. Yep. So annually contributions at a 10% interest rate. And then you also got to account for inflation. So that's 3%. Over 18 years will be $200,000 that this child would have before they are 18. That is absolutely mind blowing. That is crazy. Which, maybe you could say like, oh, that's a pretty short time span for investing, so maybe it won't be a total of 7%, but definitely you're gonna come out positive. And you're only giving $72,000, and you almost have three multiples of your money. So that's pretty good. So again, if you have an LLC, your child can work for you, like quote unquote work for you, hypothetically. Like they don't actually have to do anything, but you could say they're working for you and then put the money in their account, which is wild. That is amazing. I think it's just these little loopholes that this is like how the rich get richer. Just something very interesting like this. Like they're setting up generational wealth by doing this. Because imagine like keep that money in there and it just keeps growing and growing and growing. I'm going to actually do the calculations for like say 65 years and see what that is. See here, over a 60-year time span with a 7% interest rate and a $4,000 monthly contribution, you will have almost $40 million, $39 million in 60 years. That is absolutely mind blowing. And all you contributed was 2.8 million. That is just wild. How much your child could benefit and how much generational wealth you could do if you just instill these values early on them and explain to them the values of investing and provide this account for them. And I think that's like one of the biggest downfalls with investing is just a lot of people aren't educated, but I feel like that's on purpose. Our school system, nothing, at least in America, there's nothing pertaining to investing, financial literacy. And I think that's on purpose. I think they want to keep you dumb, but this is something where you just need to educate yourself. I certainly wish that my parents told me about investing earlier and how much it can do for you, and I'm sure they wish they had the same done to them now that they're older, because it seemed like we kind of just got into it at the same time. And I'm certainly glad that I'm taking these steps early and investing early compared to when they did, because I will be much better off. And like I said, learn, do research, do your own research before you invest anything. And make sure that you have a valid plan. And I think that you can pass down this information that you learn to your kids, to people just in your family, and you can really change some lives. So make sure that you guys look into this Roth IRA and custodial account, which is, you own the account until they're 18, and have that conversation with your kids, or in the future have it with them if you do not have any already. So I just wanted to bring awareness to this certain investing tool and push forward to be more financially literate. Thank you guys for the support. I really appreciate you guys watching the videos and supporting me throughout this journey. Let's try to build wealth one step at a time. I'll see you guys in the next one.